What's up, Team Buckhouse? Johnathan Buckhouse here. In today's video, we're going to talk about your goggles and goggle fog. How do we stop our goggles from fogging when we're on the mountain? Now, having goggles that are working is so important to having a good day on the mountain. If your goggles are fogging up, freezing up, usually when it fogs, it then freezes. You can't see anything on the mountain. If you can't see anything, you can't snowboard, you just can't ride anywhere. It's super dangerous and it can ruin a really good powder day or just a really good day in general. So that's why it's important to make sure we do these steps. That way you don't have fog on the mountain. Step number one, buy Kuno optics, or really any good pair of goggles. But Kuno optics are my goggle sponsor. It's who I rock and on the mountain every single day. They're linked in the description. If you use code Buckhouse, you're going to save 15% off these goggles, which makes about $70, which is insane. But having a good goggle brand, a good pair of goggles that already have lenses with built-in anti-fog and things like that are going to help you have a better time on the mountain. If your goggles are weak or not as good, the chances of having fog just go up through the roof. Now, once you get your good pair of goggles, the next step you got to do is make sure you never leave your goggles in your car overnight. What happens is you come out and you ride, you get a little bit of moisture in the lenses, or they get a little wet from making sprays or just falling, and then you leave them in the car overnight and that moisture never dries. What happens is moisture gets trapped in this foam, and then when you're riding and you're putting it against your warm face, kind of evaporates and it gets in between your lenses. Goggles have two lenses, a front one and an interior lens. The fog will normally get in between the lenses and then you can't wipe it away. And on that note, if you do get water or anything on the interior of your lens, you do not want to wipe that away either. You want to make sure your lens, if you are going to wipe down the inside, is already dry. If it's wet and you wipe it down, you're going to wipe away the anti-fog that was in there. Now, there are anti-fog sprays or things that you can add to your goggles. Some people will spit in their lenses, which is like, I don't recommend doing that, but there are things you can do to add or replace that anti-fog that you have wiped off. I had to throw the goggles back on because I thought I was going to be blinded. But one of the biggest things is, once again, if you have a good powder day or if you fall a lot, your goggles get wet. When you go home, make sure you pull the goggles out of their chamois. I do have this motto from like face to chamois. Like, once you take your goggles off your head, put it in a little bag that it came with. That way you don't scratch up your lenses and that way your lenses last longer. But when you get back to your house and you know you had a day where they got wet, separate them from the chamois, and if you need to, separate the lens from the foam. Once again, we're just trying to avoid moisture. We don't want water to be hanging out or chilling on the goggles. That is why, and that is when you get goggle fog. So if you're a person that sweats a lot, that could be a reason why you're fogging. So maybe try and wear like a beanie or a chamois, something underneath to help catch that sweat so it's not getting to the foam and then once again going from the foam into the lenses. Now, if you do get water in your lenses and you want to, like, once again, don't wipe it off, what you can do is go to a bathroom with a hand dryer and you can use a hand dryer to blow that water off your lenses. Because once again, it's water. Moisture is your enemy for goggle fog. So if you can avoid water, you can avoid moisture, then you're not going to get fog when you're on the mountain. Now, one of my favorite tips to prevent fog, and it works every single time, is snagging an evolution sticker. Those are linked in the description. You put it on the side of your helmet and somehow your goggles just stop fogging. It's literally crazy. Okay, you know, that's a joke. And this is for like the very, very beginners, but if it's really cold outside and then you walk inside, naturally your goggles are just gonna straight fog, but the moment you walk back outside, they're gonna defog. Just, it's like a temperature science thing anyways. Just know that that's gonna happen to you. But this was really kind of like a quick tips, not a crazy video. I just wanted to help you guys. I got a lot of questions about how to prevent fog on the live stream, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna do that. But we do go live every single Friday, so jump on one of my live streams, Team Buckhouse. And with that, thank you so much for shredding with us today, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you tomorrow in another video. It is daily on this Snowboard channel.